Alright, hello. We are back with Ace Attorney, and if we have time afterwards, after this chapter, I might play some Pokemon. That's the plan for now. So, recipe for turnabout. So we're at the trial. It's been a few days. Oh yeah. I stopped it right here. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Byrde. Why did it say bride? Byrde. I'm not dyslexic, by the way. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I'm like, that's the one thing. That's like the one thing that's not wrong with me. Also, that I don't really have seasonal allergies that much. Bitter. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Hold on, I need to reposition the webcam a little bit. So it looks like, okay. That's a little better. Alright. Oh, hold up. Okay. Yes, Your Honor? Oh. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was... You was talking to me? It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix is back with us now, is he? Our trusty? So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Wright, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. I am not the one on trial, good sir. Phoenix is not the one on trial. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. Now, what did Phoenix do? As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Can you get a retrial? Let me see. Can you get Jesus Christ. Can you get a retrial if you plead guilty? Not really. Oh, wait. Well, they can appeal. I guess that's the same thing. This is an appeal, not a I don't know. And I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me, I don't know why I'm Googling, like, real life, like, law. I'm like, is this true? It's Phoenix Wright. We're here in Japanifornia. No, then, Mr. Godot. Please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formality, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation. Occupation, dig gumshoe. Exactly. Other way around, detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elg, which is a palindrome. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Alright. Potassium cyanide poisoning. Huh. Interesting. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused?
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Victor Kudo.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
Très bien. Detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Jesus Christ.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Well, we all have faith that she didn't do it. That's the whole premise of this thing. You know? Like it's a story, not real life. Yes, sir. I need to turn up my volume a little bit for me. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs punch. And, it looks like Miss Byrde might have had, well, some kind of motive. Kind of? What's the supposed motive? I need to know. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you. That wasn't me.
The
incident. Now we press everything. Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Byrde. She claimed that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said.
Objection.
Oh. What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey. Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. Their two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is as weak as the coffee at Très Bien, Wright. I have here in my possession a ticket. I got a golden ticket. A ticket? Looks like a photo to me. Look at this photograph. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. I love to imagine in real, like, I don't know, real Godot would prepare to say something really cool and just completely flub it, and then just like, all right, let's keep going. That's why I'm not. This is why I'm not a lawyer. Okay. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Wright, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? I mean, there's all those fucking walls. I would hate to go in there because I would just feel like I'm trapped in a fire hazard. I don't know. It just seems like a huge fire hazard to me. I don't know. It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. I mean... He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. Yeah. And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? How should I know? Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us about how the poison and how it was used? So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's term, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been anything that was on... So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. No.
Objection!
Huh. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Wright? The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. Ugh.
It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? I mean, yes. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking. Oh. In case you were wondering, the last objection was for the detective there. Huh? For me? Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have time to present that piece of evidence. What? What is happening? I'm nervous now. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? That, sir, is illegal. Now, should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup. Why is there lipstick? That is some... He's either got some good chapstick or... I am, good sir. Godot. Okay. Yes, the victim's coffee cup. Take a good look at the... Oh, wait. Well, no, you can see it. It's... there. Right there. It's like a little lipstick mark. Oh, yes. It's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. That's not coffee. A conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this. You know... For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. What is potassium? Hold on. Another Google moment. Potassium cyanide. It interferes with your body's ability to use oxygen. You essentially suffocate because of this poison. What type is it? Yep, you will suffocate. Dang. That's insane. Ow. Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is very strong. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe? Well, that stuff's lethal. Eat too much and your history, you will suffocate. How much is too much? It looks like, it does look like salt and sugar. I don't know if the picture I saw was it, but it looked like salt. A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that? It's like not even a penny. It's a penny. Penny is like a gram. Yeah, it's like part of a little bit of a penny. You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much. Sir. Huh. Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of.
Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere.
Concealed? Some kind of a motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, detective? Check out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to check you out. Go. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Byrde's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. She said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? I mean, yes. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Huh. I have here in my hand the very shit. Uh-oh. I have him here in my hand the very that's why he was saying fucking tickets. Very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket?
One of the female police officers found it while she was conducting a search of the defendant. Why are we just now finding this out? What? Why are we just now finding this out?
Order.
Huh. She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
Only Phoenix can do that. Only Phoenix can pull evidence out of his ass. I'd better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Oh. Winning ticket. It's the winning ticket I found during a body search of Maggie.
This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. I mean, you could still claim the... I don't know. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough.
Shut the fuck up, Judge. Listen. I'm not even reading this man. Okay, now.
The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
I like an old man who knows the score.
There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for the sum of that, that sum of money, I might even be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who's weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat. Sir, we have only had one witness. Cool your jets. You have like 20 more cups of coffee to go. I know he only drinks 17, but I'm making fun of him. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? Okay. This is the apron the delightful Miss Byrde was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Ha! It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course. The coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. Yeah? No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something else? I presume you mean...
Of course. Are you? Just the pocket. Of course. I'm referring to the pocket.
The... Yeah, me too, Phoenix. The pocket?
A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. How the fuck would she get potassium cyanide? And potassium cyanide, the very poison used by the killer, was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What? I'm so confused.
Order, order. The court will accept these items into evidence.
Incredible.
Yep. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Can he not see it because of his thing? Can he not see, or can he only see red? Huh. Bloodstain. What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. Sir, I'm not it's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? Are you sure? Gumshoe? She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. That much ketchup?
You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Here, I'm taking. This is a good threat to send somebody. Pull a stunt like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. I thought everyone knew that what it was already.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case.
We need to find out if it's actually ketchup or not, Gumshoe. I feel like
The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established.
Well, Trite, it seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
The investigation. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. Well, we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. I feel like they were put in her pockets or something. And that was it. There is nothing else missing from the crime scene.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Excuse me? No. Here, I'm just gonna save now. Ouch. Okie doke. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them. And seeds.
Seeds.
Ha. It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. Godot, fuck off. I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. How long was the defendant unconscious for? Officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at the time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked. Oh, Phoenix, don't be. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All you need to know is about the investigation. Oops. I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah. Can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal.
The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge?
I think I'm onto something here.
Okay. Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders, puppy eyes thing going. There is a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Trebian. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds.
That's a reliable enough source with the court.
What should I do? Here, let's save here. Ask about his health insurance. Okay, I'm gonna ask him. Sorry. Oh, so what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Well, it's still gonna have like the little fucking tree thick packet they staple to your thing. Or maybe that's just me. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty? This bitch is empty. Okay. Huh. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, Wright? I mean, it was on the scene. That's what they used to identify the victim. Then they were able to like backtrace it to his doctor. And like be like, yep, that's him. Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? I'm gonna go back one. I'm gonna ask about his health insurance. Wait, was it? Nope, it doesn't let me ask again. Okay, yep, we figured out who he was. Maggie was searched. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? Hey, yeah, you've nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes.
Objection!
Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Sorry. So, Trent, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Give me a sec. Well, I'd love to if I had any. It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole $1 with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And they're just gonna let him get away. Yeah, that's like illegal. And they're just gonna...
It was just $1, detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little. Except for Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is gonna hand down his verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe! You're the dumbest you've ever been! Okay. The time frame right here is really sus. Okay, I'm gonna question the... Give me a sec. Because I'm a big old chicken. Present. Okay, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the time. Everybody's just like, close enough. Poor Maggie had passed out. Richard didn't have any ID on him. Okay, figure out who he was pretty quick. And the investigation went smoothly. Maggie was searched. We found the lottery tickets and the bottle of poison. That was it. There's nothing else. I guess whatever was in this bag is missing, technically. Oh, I was right. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point out something to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally.
I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. This bitch empty! Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trebian. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal.
Indeed. Due to consideration wasn't given to the victim's due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Yeah, I guess, yeah, like some medicines you're not supposed to eat.
Order. Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
Huh. That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. Is it Hottie Clinic? Please don't tell me. Please tell me it's not Hottie Clinic. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear otolaryngological. Okay. Otolaryngological. So ears, ENT? Ears, nose, throat?
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Goodell?
There's something with his ears, something with his nose, or something with his throat. Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elb found himself in a fight. Ouch. He took a blow. Here, trying to put it. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Jeez.
And what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was designed. It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? A cream. Uh-oh. It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. His left ear. Let's remember that.
Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print.
In a shape of an L on your forehead. It seems Mr. Elb correctly applied some of his medication while he's at Trebian. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe he would have eaten his medication.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No. I need my emotional support paperback. Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. Oh god. Maya's like, we're here again. This is happening again. It's again. She's right. But I can't get away with any old week. I mean,
I'm gonna push it. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Ooh. But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the scene of the crime, at the crime scene. Yeah, you're more likely to find the medication than the bag that it was in. You know, I throw that shit away like immediately. Like, however insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
Objection!
Hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. Arg. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Yeah, we need to discuss with him about the bloodstain. Like, sir? Mr. Godot? I got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo. The pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick! The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Alright. 10 minutes. Phew! That was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my— oh, wait. What was— wait, she was like super eager. That's mine, sir! No, it's my line. I really think I did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's gotta do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. Oh. Yeah. So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? No, I don't. I barely know the man. Yeah, he's being a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me.
Even those never-ending bird seeds. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break myself. I need a potty break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty. Let's get started. Oops. Okay. So, courtroom number 4. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Byrde. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
The name's Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun.
Yeah, you can tell by his nose.
Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? Ha. Listen, young'un. How much call do you think there's for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he could embroider my costume sometime.
She even still calls it costume. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working in the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness. Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino.
Seeds? You can eat the seeds too?
What do you think these are,
Oh, I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps?
Did I? Oh yes I did. I saw it all.
Then please, tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this. Oh boy.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it. It looked like he was in terrible pain and then collapsed. That's the servant girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
It didn't show a picture of her face. Show the picture of her back.
But Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones,
Is that the thing you're gonna bring up in a court of law?
Newfangled? Oh, newfangled. All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Okie dokie. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elg?
I wanted to know if Gutsonbra retain his championship or not?
So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question. There are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right?
So what if there are?
If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct?
Ka! I go to that place to drink Javachino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at.
Oh, really? That makes you super suspicious, dude. So if you don't say anything, you're going to prison. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
There we go. You did it. I see.
My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving.
So, close and far, okay. Can't see for shit. I bet his eyes are only fine when he's scoping out a waitress.
And I saw what the servant girl put into the Javachino as well.
I know what... I bet... Huh. Of course I'm pressing harder. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add that he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure.
There's no question about it, huh? Did she really put that into the coffee?
You doubt me, boy? She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in.
Couldn't she have been adding sugar?
Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
Huh. A bottle like this, perhaps?
Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume?
So, what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? He took just one... Yeah, that's really... Like, I looked it up, that's really all it takes. He took just one sip?
You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eat the cup, and then died.
Congratulations, you've earned the title of battiest man to grace a courtroom. So was an immediate death? Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch.
I don't know. He looks like he was fighting it.
I thought the Javachino I just drank turned sour in my stomach.
Oh yes, I know that feeling.
And the waitress? I presume she's...
All these low voices making me yawn. You said, I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features you can identify her by?
Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
You can see all the way up her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform.
Objection!
So the particular feature that you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear such a uniform, even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the please spare the court from any further mental anguish from that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away.
There are other things I recognize about her too.
He seems pretty sure of himself.
No.
Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Byrde or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask that you add them to your testimony. Sure.
You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face.
As if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection!
The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right. I could even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
Please don't be red, please don't be red. Well, it's in the uniform. No? Okay, is that red or orange? Let's say that's orange. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? Okey-doke. Straps, back. Let's ask about her back. The identifying features you described are all things that you would see from the back.
So what?
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Ha! He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. Ooh!
This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. Not even lace. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet.
Hold it!
You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes?
No question about it.
Where is she, then?
I didn't come this far to back down now. Victor Kudo never backs down.
That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This has turned into a matter of pride for old Sadie now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Do you think old Sadie really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitresses. I guess? She makes a good point, though. Like a mannequin could be there. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. That's what you have to figure out, Nick. Okay, Was anything caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front? Oh yeah! The apron. The apron. Yeah. Right? If it was ketchup, then... If they're claiming it's ketchup, then... Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Gah, that filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something dirty as that? Hmm? Well, you half-witted clot. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness? You can't just oops your way out of this. Huh. Well, well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Wright. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there's only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Byrde? Exactly. And then that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup. This old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on whatever you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My nog is in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. He can't remember? Probably more like he's messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He was another of those pesky types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the servant girl in the question brought over the cappuccino. The little fidget picked the cup up in his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about every... yeah. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? No. I suppose, but it's what I do best.
Hold it!
Spectacles? Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some. And rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. You better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait to see if I should challenge him about the spectacles.
Hold it!
The newspaper was a sports paper, wasn't it? That young hooligan, I nearly asked him, can you even read without fidgeting? Yeah, no, mind your own business, you old fart. How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I need to find out if Guts and Brawn retained his championship title. It was his paper, it was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own? What are you looking at me for? How dare you judge me? Ow, ow! Guts and Brawn got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway.
Hold it!
The wireless? The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless. Oh boy. And using an earpiece. It's selfish, that's what it is. No, it's selfish to play it out in the open. No. I was training my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? Impose for free entertainment? Yeah, he's just gonna be a bitch. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, is that right? Oh yeah, birds of a feather. Maybe. What does it matter if I saw her from the front or behind? I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence.
Hold it!
His free hand? So he was his left hand. Okay. Nope. Nope. That's not possible. This is my right hand. He held it with his right hand. Yes. Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before? Cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, it would... Okay. Ha. Perhaps the great Mr. Wright has 3 hands. Yeesh, I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in this testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. Okay, where's Cup? Boom. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory?
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Alright, start up. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking the coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
What is this, kindergarten?
Yes, we're now back in kindergarten. But I would like the court to please take a look at this. Unless he has Betty spaghetti arms, he's going to be holding it with his right hand.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Ugh! Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the part where he came from. Wait!
Oh wait, I was using Kudo's voice the whole time. My bad.
Wait! If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony? That young
brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good, law-abiding citizen, I am.
You still haven't fucking told us where you were sitting, you bitch.
It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault.
Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me.
That's really bad for 68. Not gonna lie.
You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure. Why not hear a little more?
Mr. Godot.
But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So, this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
I don't remember. The only thing I can think of is that I know like small cafes like to do this, but they put mirrors on the wall to make things seem bigger. But I don't remember there being any walls. And yes, there were walls in Trebian, but there weren't any mirrors. Huh.
The boy was wearing an earpiece. The earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling it just before he picked up the cup, too.
I don't know. Same hand? I don't know.
And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
We know the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
Yeah, you're just about right. the inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HD, TV, DVD, CD. All these new fangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts, in good old black and white.
Okay. That's didn't. Where do we find out about his ear medicine?
Objection!
Yeah, just right away. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kuno, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is. Beep, 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 pigeon, pretty pigeon. I don't know. He's doing the pigeon dance. Order, order, order. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain, are you calling me a drip?
I mean, yeah. This is the victim's coffee cup with the in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with his cup. He wouldn't have been alive, Godot. He took a sip with the cup and held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. Why would he do that? That's what the old man saw.
Objection!
Yeah, impossible. The witness had already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection!
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elb drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. No? Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. He's not growing on me yet. Not yet. I believe it's time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me. You can't reach me from here. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Hold it. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How's your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. Okay, waiting till now? What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I might be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. Alright. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet. You bet. Much, much quicker. Can't believe this is happening. Haha. You better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. It's the final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. But the young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of the cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, I don't know. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenseless old man? No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of. And I had to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain. That's all you can think of. Well, very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. First of all, okay. We're just gonna press everything. The court generally prefers if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo. Noisy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. You won't beat me with this testimony. This is the final battle. Ow, ow. He's chucking those seeds harder than ever. I better be careful. Come on, Nick. Nail him.
Hold it!
The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo. I know that. I was just setting the mood. The mood? How else am I supposed to build up the suspense, The suspense? Yes. Now, what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more? No. Please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible. Yes. Now where was I? Yeah. The young boy slumped over the table and...
Hold it!
A vase, you say? Yes. There are vases on all the tables in that place. There are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them, too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase? Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Okay, I get it. I heard it break, and the sight of it is burned into my memory as clear as day.
Hold it!
Soaked in water, you mean? Yes, it splashed on me. It splashed me on the knee as well. Where the fuck were you sitting? You said you were sitting at a table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet the water still managed to splash on you? It was cold. I clearly remember it splashing me. Did the water really make it all the way across to the other side of the room? So he's not sitting where we thought he was.
Hold it!
You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking? The vase turned upside down, and my testimony's turning this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain? I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Joe hasn't raised any objections for a while now. Yeah, he's quiet now. So, you young show-off, with that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat. He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya. It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, young'un. I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge then. Okay. Knocked over the vase. Huh. Oh wait, I saw the floor plans. Got completely soaked. Okay. Knocked it right over, it broke. There we go. Oops. Wait. Haha. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph. Look at this photograph. Alright.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch.
Ow, ow!
Enough. If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night.
I keep getting Judge and Kudo mixed up.
I just remembered something.
Yes, go on.
The broken vase. It was on my table.
What?
Well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry about that. I have returned. Okay.
That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
So now we'll be able to figure out where he was sitting. The vase on your table?
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Okay, everyone's just silent. Oh my god.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today.
I remember there used to be like a snack bar. It's basically chocolate, a candy bar, but it was like granola. It was a granola bar, but they put candy on it and chocolate. They called it kudos. And get yourself a kudos, or like I forgot what their things. I was like, earn yourself a kudos, and then you're like, okay, here's your candy. But everyone's like, no, it's not candy. It's granola bar. It's healthy. Then everyone forgets that granola is loaded with sugar. So much sugar. You don't even realize how much sugar you're eating because you're like, oh, this is granola. It should be healthy. No. Just no. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been in any use at all? Perhaps that's something Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Arg! Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes. I remember some... Oh. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. We need to be done. Wait, listen to me. You just come tomorrow. Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked, and I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick! You did it! I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Kiddo's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here we are then, Mr. Wright. There are three copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. Hold on, let's haiku it out. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase. Hold on. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a haiku. When the 575 when the incident. No. 7 I don't know. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. It's more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. So, I don't know. Should I... Because I still have some time. I don't know. Should I do more Phoenix Wright? Or some Pokemon? I don't know. I guess we'll save it here for sure. I think I'm gonna go with some Pokemon.